All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome back to episode 138 of Brain 10, brought to you by BitBranding. And today's episode is going to be pretty interesting. But first, I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself. I am Franklin.
I am Aaron.
Hey, my name is Christian.
And today's episode, like I said, is 138, and it's actually how to grow.
How to get more referrals.
How to get more referrals, rather, on LinkedIn. And I am hosting, but I'm not the first on the list, and I will let you guys go ahead and take that away.
All right, so number one is to test their advertising. I say that because you should test, but I know this is pros for LinkedIn, but LinkedIn typically costs a lot more money for a lead, but business to business costs more, and it may be a higher quality lead. So if you're going after those bigger companies, LinkedIn is a great place to get it. You're going after Toyota or some of those big 500, 600 employee companies. LinkedIn's going to be the place to go, and you can usually capture or find those decision makers pretty quickly. So test out the advertising platform. It's going to cost you some money, but it could have a really high ROI.
Nice. That makes a lot of sense. And mine makes a lot of sense. And when doing research for this, it actually kind of like done it just kind of like clicked in my head. And that's to actually have a 30-second commercial of digitally on your LinkedIn profile. Now, necessarily, I don't know if they were speaking, if you can do it digitally, like by video or by audio, but you can definitely do it written. Like actually, whatever you would say in the 30-second commercial, just type it out, give it to them, let them read it. And I'm pretty sure that they said that it actually will boost your chances of actually getting referrals. It's the way that they actually like referred to LinkedIn in the article that I read was LinkedIn is like a constant open networking event.
Okay, cool.
So I'm like, that makes a lot of sense. I like that. So I don't use LinkedIn as often as I should, but I think that that's one thing that I'm gonna go change on mine.
Cool.
Yeah, definitely. So number 3 is just go for the search toolbar at the very top and search for what would be your perfect referral. The good thing about LinkedIn is, like Aaron was talking about, is you get those people who are in business. LinkedIn is a business-centered social network.
Right.
So you're going to get automatically those big businesses, those small businesses, but more importantly, you're going to get the people who are running those businesses, and you're going to know specifically what job titles these people have in those businesses. So you're going to, with the search tool, you're going to be able to definitely hone in into that specific person that you're looking for in any company, really. So it's really easy to find that out. Just go to the search bar and look for your prospects or your referrals.
Right, good for us to be like commercial printer or something. I never thought about that.
Yeah.
We've never really, that's why it's a good episode, because we haven't really thought about that before.
Right.
All right, so number 4 for me is to, this is kind of just a strategy. And what you should do is go to your connections and make sure it's a connection that you have. So say I have Christian is connection and I'm out working with him right now. And I look and I see his connections or the people he's connected to on his profile, and he's connected to Jill, and Jill happens to own that commercial printing business. I would say, hey Christian, is there any way you can introduce me to Jill? I would love an introduction, and just say, hey, let's do an email introduction. Here's my email. Introduce me to Jill so I can talk to her, and we can do some business together. And if you see anybody on my profile that you want to be introduced to, I would do that for you. My caveat to that is make sure that you actually know that person knows them. Like, make sure Christian knows Jill instead of Christian just happened to connect with Jill because he was like, hey, it looks good for my profile, instead of like actually knowing them. So don't just accept random people or business owners on there. Get to know them, and that part would be effective if you know them.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And my next one, I think will actually honestly, if you do this, what I'm about to say consistently, and actually do it in conjunction with what Aaron just said, and that's actually physically build out your lead list. And that means go through all of your your outside recommendations of people that actually would be good for you, and actually physically contact them, make a list of them and physically contact them. If you can actually get a hold of their email address or their phone number, call them and ask for an actual physical introduction. That way those people could actually refer you on LinkedIn. If they have a face or a name, or if you've done like a Skype call or an email back and forth, or shared information with that particular person with like your skill set, it would actually help your chances of actually getting the actual physical boost from actual people that you know on LinkedIn.
That is good.
That's all I have to say about that.
So, this next one is, so you want to make sure that your LinkedIn profile is or I guess this is another strategy, or maybe something to boost your credibility, is to be a resource for your referrals, really. That will, like I said, that will boost your credibility and just make you feel more important, I guess, if you have something to say, something to contribute, something of value to your referrals. And that's sort of the strategy that Gary and that we do, is sort of give to the people, and then they will come. We are right now at a point where we're almost becoming the around this area at least, the go-to, like, oh, you need social media marketing help, these guys have a bunch of videos on their social media, and they can help you out.
Go watch them.
Yeah, exactly. If anything, you're getting eyeballs to you, getting recognized, and in return, you'll get more referrals, more business that way.
Right. Yes. Agreed.
All right. More honey, or more bees with honey and vinegar, or something like that.
You catch more bees with honey than you do with vinegar.
That's exactly what I just said.
Never heard of that.
No,
you never heard that? Do you want honey or do you want vinegar?
They're both good for you.
They are both good for you. Apple cider vinegar is good for you. I've been doing that lately, so just so you guys know.
Talk about devil's advocate right now.
I'm number 7. Yes. All right. So look at the ones who are looking at you. I have to. Yes. So if Christian's checking out my profile, and I can see that because on LinkedIn you can see who's looking at your profile. It's kind of creepy, but at the same time, it's like, well, why the heck are these people? 1, they're looking at my profile, and 2, they're in my business demographic, or there may be somebody I could partner with, and like, hey, what's going on? I would not say like, hey, I saw you creeping on my page, but I would say, hey, let's grab coffee, or let's jump on the phone. Maybe we could work together, because they're already thinking that, or they're creeping, one of the two. So at least you can find out real quickly. So check out the people who are looking at you, and see if you can make a connection that way.
I like that.
Yeah, back when I had my job at Pizza Hut, and I had the title of general manager for Pizza Hut, and I got a bunch of recruiters looking for more upscale restaurant manager positions, and I even got like messages, like people trying to like steal me from Pizza Hut just because they saw that I was a general manager. And it's
nice.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, and it's a high turning, I guess. What is that called? Like where people quit?
High turnover.
High turnover. Yeah. Any restaurant business, you can have that high turnover.
Right.
So, yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. But it was kind of weird sometimes. It was like, who is this person who's looking at me? And then I would look at their title, like, oh, recruiter for restaurant so and so.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Dang.
All right. So my next thing is use LinkedIn to actually celebrate the accomplishments of other people. Like that's something idea. That will actually get people like excited to say, oh, who is this person saying that, congratulating me on getting a promotion. Now we do it on all other platforms like Twitter and Instagram, using the @ symbol to actually like get someone's attention by like saying, hey, that's a cool comment, or tagging a friend in a post. So what you should do is do the same thing in LinkedIn, but use it in a way of actually celebrating a promotion or a milestone for someone that actually is posting a new milestone on LinkedIn. I think that was like my favorite thing that I read in that article.
I heard that, and I also heard something a little bit like more in depth for that, which is whenever you do that, you can do it on the outside like Franklin's saying, but also do it in a private message because LinkedIn makes it really easy for you to do that. But don't do the easy thing. Instead of just saying like happy birthday or congratulations, put like an extra sentence or two in there because everyone gets the message and say like congrats on the whatever, but take an extra sentence or two. And I don't know personally, but I heard on the podcast the difference. The guy was like, hey, you actually took the time to do this, and 2 weeks later the guy landed like a $5 million project because of it. So it really does stand out, and I know that whenever somebody actually messages me on there and they do something more than just like congrats or it's your birthday,
like a little video, like,
right?
Yeah.
Yes, that would be really good because I think you can do that too. But absolutely, that personal message is huge. That's a good one, Franklin.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
All right, so this is the last one, and I haven't really messed around with a lot of LinkedIn or LinkedIn groups. That's what I'm going to talk about on this last one. But I feel like it's almost overplayed. Like a lot of people use this strategy or have used this strategy because I remember joining a few marketing groups on LinkedIn, and they're humongous. Like
15,000
yeah, there's a
more.
lot of people in those groups, and it's almost impossible to really stand out. So I mean, I guess this strategy would work if you go after more niche groups,
or started your own group too,
or started your own group. Yeah, but anyways, the idea behind this is to either start your own group or join a group. And again, become that resource, that person who, if anyone has a question, Christian's the one who has the answer, not Aaron or Franklin. That way you will get more referrals, you'll get people talking about you, you'll get more credibility. But again, that's something that's almost maybe too played out or maybe too well known. But you just have to, maybe come at it with a different angle. You might still win at it. So.
Right. Yeah. Test it out. I mean.
Yeah.
But gosh, 15,000. I would almost say definitely start your own group and do it like super niche. Like don't just do Facebook ads. Do like real estate Facebook ads or something.
Right. And keep it like super narrow based to where people are going to do this exact same thing that you're going to be doing.
Yep.
All right.
Jeez.
That was the last one on the list. So I know I don't have a bonus one. Do you guys have?
No, I don't have a bonus this week.
Wow.
No.
Nice.
Like I said, LinkedIn's all new, so we don't have a bonus. We should probably tell them that some weeks we throw in a bonus. Sometimes we don't.
Oh my God. All right. So I'm just going to end the episode by saying thank you guys for watching episode 138 of Brain 10, brought to you by the friendly people here at BitBranding. And before I go, I do want to say, if you have any tips or anything like that that actually will help, or that bonus that we didn't have, leave it down in the comment section down below. And also, before you go, what is your favorite platform to network on? Do you use Twitter? Do you use Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn? If you like, leave that down there in the comment section also. Guys, have a fantastic Friday or whatever day of the week you watch this. And take it easy.